YouTube world, it's me, Coco, and I am back with another video. So I wanted to do the monthly or the bi-weekly tarot scope readings for the zodiac signs, but my children will not let me be great, okay? I got Keiko, who wants to be held all day, and if I put her down to read cards, she is playing with the cards the entire time. My children are running around the house screaming. We live in my mom's house, by the way, so you know, it's like all the rules just don't exist over here, right? Tomoko! But yeah, so hopefully if I don't do them this week, I'll be able to do it over the weekend or maybe Monday or Tuesday when I get back home. So there's that. And also, y'all, announcement, 27 days until my birthday. So if you want to give your girl a gift, you know, or a donation, you know, I'm open to receiving. 'Tis the season to give to me. Yes, it is. But now though, if you want to give, I'd appreciate it. If not, cool too, because I appreciate you still taking out the time of day to tune into my videos, right? So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about being the bigger person. That shit is overrated and played out, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the end of the day, really think about it. Being the bigger person pretty much gets you nowhere. You know what gets you places? Standing up for yourself, being that bitch, right? Being that asshole. Sometimes you gotta be the bitch or the asshole to get what the fuck you want, and that is absolutely okay, right? You know, we all on our spiritual journey, and you know, we want to grow and we want to heal. And again, this is why a lot of things that I've learned through spirituality and through my spiritual growth, that a lot of the things that we are taught are very toxic, right? And being a bigger person is actually one of those most toxic things, right? Because we say in one hand we need to set boundaries and we need to have other people respect our boundaries, yet and still being the bigger person allows people to overstep our boundaries with no consequences, because it's like, oh, we're going to ignore them. Ignoring them is not a consequence, and at the end of the day, ignoring can only go but so far, right? Especially depending on certain situations, right? So like for my situation, I've been really trying to be the bigger person since I've had children. Like I always had like this one girl that wanted to start shit with me. Like it was 3 different girls, but it was always one girl, like for, you know, an amount of time, right? And they always had like some sort of problem with me, which I really don't understand why. But of course, I've always tried to be the bigger person, and it really didn't get me nowhere. One girl, I was staying in the transitional. No, let me tell you. Before I stayed in the transitional house, I was actually pregnant with my oldest daughter, and the girl is actually my ex-boyfriend's sister, and I was helping her out or whatever, right, through her situation. Mind you, I'm pregnant as fuck, I'm sick as fuck, and I'm doing all this shit to help her out, making sure she good or whatever, right? And pretty much at the end of it all, she was shitting on me. Well, not even in the end. In the midst of it all, she was shitting on me, right? And it's like, bro, I was just helping you out. How you going to sit up here and turn around and shit on me, right? The bigger person, you know, I walked away from the situation and I just washed my hands with it. But at the end of the day, you know, me, I wanted to confront the situation, because it's like, look, like, we call each other sis, and you know, you helped me out in my time of need and I helped you out in your time of need, and you got the nerve to sit up here and talk trash about me. And mind you, it's my people helping you out. You get what I'm saying? It just didn't sit right with me. So it, you know, it kind of mentally fucked with me, emotionally fucked with me. Back in that bathroom, go put your clothes on, flush the toilet. Day, do you gotta go potty? All right, then go potty. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, then it was another situation where I was in a transitional home. It was just me and Momo, and we was in a transitional house, right? And there was a situation that was going down, and pretty much I was the one that was trying to handle business. You know, I was the one who was making the phone calls, trying to get shit done. On top of that, I was the only one in school. I was the only one working. Out of all the girls in the house, I was the only one doing all this shit. Plus, you know, being up at my child's school all the time, right? And there was a whole lot of he said, she said going around, you know, about me spreading rumors and me telling somebody's business, when in all reality, that wasn't the truth. So pretty much I was getting lied on the whole entire time, and I didn't know until like way later when shit was really stacked against me, right? And of course, me being the bigger person, I'm like, you know, I'm not about to deal with this shit. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But again, guess what? I'm the one that got put out. Not the girls who were who were spreading rumors about me, but me. Right? Because I didn't stand up for myself. I was in a fucked up situation. Go put your stuff on now. I was in a fucked up situation, right? And our drama went on some time afterwards because the girl continuously lied and was still trying to talk about me. And it's like, yo, I don't even live there no more. Why is my name still in your mouth? Like, I shouldn't be a thought in your mind at this point, right? Because we're not even cool. But I will say, before I had left, you know, pretty much I told her about herself. I told all the girls in there, all the girls who was involved in the drama about themselves. And I guess that didn't sit right with them, right? But you see how when I did know about what happened, I stood up for myself. And my thoughts and my emotions weren't haunting me because I stood up for myself, right? And then here, with the situation that I got going on with my stalker, I've tried to be the bigger person, right? I've tried to ignore the situation. You know, I've tried to, you know, argue with her. I tried everything that I could do except for fight, right? And take legal action, right? I wanted to take legal action, but it's like at the same time, I didn't really want to take it there. But anyways, you know, I'm being the bigger person trying to ignore it, and this girl is invading my personal space. Mind you, I don't know this girl from a can of paint. At the time, she was in Baltimore. I was in D.C., right? She's from Baltimore. I'm from D.C. So ain't no way we really know each other. Ain't no way we really in contact with each other because she barely came to D.C. at the time, and I close to never went to Baltimore, right? So it's not like, you know, we ran into each other and we had a problem with each other. Like, no, we legit don't know each other. So this girl, you know, again, out here spreading lies about me, you know, trying to portray me to be something that I'm not, you know, all this and all that, and hyping hella situations. And I'm trying to be the bigger person, and at the end of the day, it's eating me up inside. Like, mentally, I can't do what I want to do because, you know, even though I want to express myself, I won't express myself because I want to be the bigger person. Emotionally, it's eating me up because it's like, damn, she really hurting me and she playing with my feelings, and I can't do nothing about it because I'm trying to be a bigger person, right? And the reason why I bring up my situations is because I know a lot of people can relate to them, right? Because at the end of the day, the thing that people fail to realize is when it comes to being a bigger person is you lose. The person being a bigger person lose, because let's say we all being harassed by one person, right? And we're all being a bigger person. That person who is being, I guess, small-minded is getting away with murder when it comes to all of us, because all of us is letting that one person get away, right? Fuck being a bigger person. Sometimes you gotta whoop a bitch ass, okay? Because being a bigger person, like I said, it fucks with you mentally, it fucks with you emotionally, and sometimes it puts you in fucked up positions, and sometimes you may not even be able to get out of these fucked up positions. Wonder as though, you know, handling situations accordingly. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to fight all the time. It doesn't mean that you have to do something wild and crazy, but handling the situations accordingly, you know, puts you in a different situation. It puts you in a different mindset. It puts you in a different, you know, emotional state. Because why? You stood up for yourself. You didn't let that person take advantage of you. And why is it that we are told to be the bigger person, but nobody is correcting the person who is fucking with us? Like, seriously, ask yourself that. If me, you, and one more person was getting harassed by Jim, right? And, you know, you talking about what Jim has done to you, you know, the next person talking about what Jim has done to him, and I'm talking about what Jim has done to me, but nobody's doing anything about it. Jim is getting away with pretty much murder. Nobody's telling Jim to be the bigger person. You know who they're telling to be the bigger person? You, me, and the other person, right? But nobody's talking to Jim. Nobody's telling Jim that he needs to grow up. Nobody's telling Jim that he needs to leave us alone. Nobody's telling Jim what Jim should do to alleviate a lot of situations, but they're telling us to be the bigger people, not knowing that maybe sometimes we aren't the bigger people. Sometimes we aren't. You know, they want us to grow up so bad, they want us to do this and do that, but maybe that's not us. And if that's not us, that is absolutely okay. You got some people that are meant to handle situations Wow. Okay, great. Sometimes there are people out here who are meant to handle situations, a wild way. There are some people who are meant to handle situations in a calm way. There are some people that are meant to handle situations in different ways. You get what I'm saying? But who are they to tell us to be the bigger person when they don't even know who we really are? And again, they're not telling Jim to be the bigger person, or they're not telling Jim to leave us alone. We're all telling Sarah, all three of us is telling Sarah how Jim is messing with us, but Sarah is telling us we got to be the bigger person. No, go fuck Jim up. Tell Jim to grow the fuck up. Tell Jim to be the bigger person. Tell Jim to leave us alone, because at the end of the day, we have a problem with Jim. Jim don't have a problem with us unless he starts the shit, right? But we all have a common denominator, right? But yet we have to be the bigger person, right? Oh, okay, independent lady. She working on standing and walking on her own now. I know, you getting it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get that footwork. Get that footwork right, girl. There you go. I know. Look at that beautiful smile. Yeah. You gonna tell them about the situation when you had to be the bigger person? But yeah, sometimes fuck being a bigger person. If being a bigger person fucks with your mental, fuck being a bigger person. Stoop down a few notches. Step down a few notches. That's cool. If being a bigger person fucks with you emotionally, fuck being a bigger person. Step down a few notches. It is absolutely okay. Remember, at the end of the day, the thing that people fail to realize, they always talk about how kings and queens don't fight. But at the end of the day, kings and queens do fight in wars. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not that I'm pretty sure. I actually know. It was actually an African queen who fought in the war, And I say that because, I only really know about the Africans. But, it's an African queen who fought in the war alongside of her army. Like, we do fight. And my thing that people have to realize, too, is that if I'm a queen, I am a queen, right? As a queen, I only hang with other queens. Right, so if I'm a queen and I get another queen to fight my battles, why would I not fight my own battles when I'm a queen too? You get what I'm saying? Oh, queens don't fight. Well, all I hang around is kings and queens. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to get a king or a queen to fight, I might as well fight myself as a queen. Or if I get a king, of course, I'll have to get a king because, it's a man battle. But you get what I'm saying? You can step off all that, because you stepping off that throne is not going to ruin your throne, okay? Because at the end of the day, remember, them kings and queens got to get off the throne and go to bed. Okay? So, as long as that shit don't come to your throne is always going to be protected. Don't fuck being a bigger person. Handle that shit accordingly. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to choose violence all the time. It doesn't mean that you have to choose peace all the time. Whatever you feel is fit for a situation, do that shit. Because I'm going to tell you, when you do what you want to do, you're going to be satisfied. I promise you. Like, for example, with the whole me and the girl, my most recent situation, right? I've been saying for the longest time I didn't want to fight my stalker. I didn't want to fight her because, I'm trying to be big and mature. But in all reality, I did want to fight because I'm a fighter. I don't let people just walk all over me. I know how to fight. I know how to use my words and I know how to use my hands, right? And I've been using my words for a long time. And this bitch has just been stealing my words, right? So it's like now it's time for action. And the reason, again, like I said, I didn't want to fight her was because I wanted to be the bigger person. But guess what? In all reality, we ended up fighting. And the reason why we fought, again, not because I started the fight, it's because she started the fight. She literally attacked me while I was sitting down in a car and my kids was in the back seat. Did I just let her hit me? Fuck no. So at the end of the day, I beat her. I didn't whoop her, but I beat her, right? I handled the situation accordingly. Now, me being a bigger person, would have just guarded myself and let her hit me, because that's what being a bigger person essentially is, just guarding yourself and letting people attack you. No, fight the fuck back. Fight the fuck back. But anyways, I feel like I ranted long enough. So with that being said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day.